Hey everyone. Whew. Thank you for your patience, and thank you so much for sharing in this energy with me tonight. I've been preparing for this reading. Hi Ria, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Ria. Thank you. So I was preparing for the reading, and I do, my own ritual and prayer and connected in with my spirit guides and hi Anne, hi, thank you so much for being here, and connecting in with the angelic realms. And that's where I receive a lot of these pre-downloads prior to the readings, and I was writing them out as they were coming through, and there was so many. I was picking up on so much energy, and it's just been like flowing, and it's been very beautiful. And I feel like this is kind of the next phase in a lot of people's lives right now, and kind of like the next step. And so I wanted to hop on before because I could have kept going, and like my spirit guides really want me to keep going. There's a lot of messages that want to come out, and so I figured I'd hop on now. I'll share what I have written down, and then whatever else needs to come out will come out, and we will do a reading to close everything out. And yeah, so thank you so much for your patience. It's been a very very beautiful flowing energy. So we are starting to tap into the Libra full moon energy that is coming up. And Libra really talks a lot about balance and beauty and flow and self-care and love and all things nice, right? And so I feel a lot of that energy, and I also feel that a lot of the readings, especially the fire signs reading, was really Spirit was asking us to focus on self. So I really feel a lot of that energy is coming through, and a lot of I'm connecting with a lot of people's angels and spirit guides, and they're wanting to deliver messages to you. So we'll get into it. So the first message that I received was, I know we talked about time in the last fire reading, and there's like this fluidity that's kind of happening with time, and it's becoming almost irrelevant. It's becoming like a new tool to be able to use in your life, in your journey. And what's happening is that we are starting to be aligned with the cycles of the moon, and how we were traditionally in sync with the moon cycles. So I feel Spirit is really encouraging us to reflect between everything that has occurred from this full moon into the last cycle and the last full moon. What has transpired? What sort of transformations? What sort of awakenings and aha moments have occurred in that time? This is a very beautiful time to start reflecting, releasing, as you've seen me earlier, with a lot of emotions, and releasing and renewal, preparing for the renewal energy, a renewed you, a renewed sense, a renewed form is what I'm also hearing. So really, I know for myself, this is an example of how I've been reflecting on how I treat myself, right? Like how do we treat ourselves internally in our mental space? It's really interesting, because that is our internal reality. That is our, all we know is what's going on internally, and that is what really creates the lens for us to see out into the world. And for me, one of my goals is to live each day as a ceremony, and that my body, this whole body, is my temple, where I meet and connect with the divine, with God, every single day, in every single now moment. And so with that goal, right, it's like it's ever growing and ever flowing, just like how we are in our journeys. And to live in each moment as a ceremony, I've shared before about, you know, the way that we conduct ourselves in ceremony, or when we go to church, or when, however it is that you practice your faith, the way that we conduct ourselves during those sacred times and those sacred places and those sacred moments. For me, it's like my guides are encouraging me to conduct myself like that in every single moment, in every single day, and to treat the sacred grounds that, you know, we would go to do sweat lodge or ceremony or pipe ceremony, to treat our bodies as if it was those sacred grounds. So it's very beautiful, and I'm glad that I'm able to share that with you. It's a very sacred journey, and it's not about perfection either, right? It's not about being perfect. It's just about the intention behind every prayer, every action, every word, every intention, everything. That's when life becomes a ceremony. The next message is, I heard the wounded healer, and I know we talked about a little bit about that, felt some of that energy of like the wounded soldier. Like a lot of us have been through a lot in our journeys, and you know, right now Chiron, so Chiron is a small planet. It is called the wounded healer. Right now it's in Aries. So if you have Aries in your chart, it's going to be really impacting you in a lot of ways. It's all preparing you for mission. And everything has a purpose, everything has a reason. And for me with Aries, like, because I'm an Aries moon, in the way that Chiron has been impacting me has a lot to do with learning how to receive. Being a giver, I've always been a giver, and I've been told I've been a giver in many lifetimes, and have sacrificed a lot in many lifetimes prior to this one. And so one of the main lessons that for me to learn during this time frame is to learn how to receive as well, and really learn that Libra energy of balance and reciprocity between time, energy, focus, intention, relationships, and service, and everything. So I just want to thank you everyone again for all your generosity and your time and your support and your love and your energy. It's such an honor to be able to work here with you, all of you, and to support you in the best way I can. And so take a look at where Aries is landing in your birth chart. You can go to astrocharts.com to get a free birth chart. And it might be a lot of information. You know, but you could take it in steps. If you guys want, if you do want to book a reading in with me, it's always a fun thing to do. Just to check your moon, rising, and sun sign. Hi, Travis. Oh, it's so good to see you again. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Travis. And just to see where Chiron and where Aries might be in your chart, I think it would be really fun to explore. And if you could prepare, like, prepare if you want, if you feel inclined. Like, I'm not going to tell you anything, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but if you feel inspired to look that up prior to one of our readings, it can give us a lot of insights onto, you know, the reading and the path that you're on and where you're going and where you've been. And so it gives me a lot of information that I can help to channel the information that you are seeking. So I mentioned before about the Venus energy that is surrounding the planet, surrounding like our galaxy right now. the Venus energy of love. It's the Empress energy. And we've seen her come up a few times in pretty much every reading. And I feel like it's surrendering to love, surrendering to that energy, because it's all around us. And we have a choice, right? We're always given choices in every moment, how we are going to feel, how are we going to react, what are our thoughts. And I feel like that has a lot to do with the reflection that Spirit's really encouraging all of us to do right now, is to reflect and get to know ourselves in our sacred spaces, in our sacred temples. When we go into stillness, into quiet, like solitude, into hermit mode, we can really reflect and get to know like who we are. And yeah, also check your Venus sign. I think that would be really fun too. I feel between now and the next cycle, the next moon, there's going to be a lot of love coming out of the readings, a lot of love readings, a lot of lessons that are going to be coming, and how you do relationships, the different dynamics, things that need to be healed, especially if you have Aries in your chart, where Chiron is sitting at. So all of those things kind of play together, and we're going to be able to connect those dots as best as we can with the information that Spirit provides between now and then. So I feel like that's kind of a preview. So see where your Venus sign is. I also heard the song Kiss Me. You know that song? Like, kiss me underneath the moonlight, kiss me. I don't know, I can't remember all the words, and I'm getting kind of shy, but it just made me feel like a kid again. And I feel like that is someone's song out there. And so that song resonates for you. There might be a message in there for you as well. And that's just like really kind of going into that Venus energy, that Venus love energy. And it's, yeah, I could still hear it, but I'm like, yeah. So another beautiful message that came through is Spirit's encouraging intuitive exercises. So I have an intuitive, well, my guides gave me an intuitive exercise to give to you guys to try. If you are so inclined, if you are inspired, if your heart feels like, yes, that sounds like something I want to try, then follow that calling. I never ever want, and I've been trying to be mindful about like how I am verbalizing a lot of the messages throughout the readings, because sometimes it comes out so fast and it's just like I'm just giving directions and like orders, like, you know, like a chef in the kitchen at a really like big restaurant, right? Maybe not so much stress, but like that's how I sometimes feel like it's coming out. And my intention is never to bark orders or to you know, tell you what to do. What the readings provide is a reading of the energy. And a lot of these downloads is the same kind of thing, is reading the energy and like what's coming through. And sometimes it could be very, very intense, but this is very flowy. There's a lot coming through, but it's very calm and gentle. So the intuitive exercise is between now and the full moon. So we're in the full moon energy right now. And Spirit is asking to light a white candle every night between now and the full moon. And this is where your intuition comes into play. So when you light the candle, listen to what your intuitive guidance is telling you to do or to say or to think. Like what comes up in your mind, what comes up in your body, what is your guidance like showing you to do? You know, because a lot of the times when we are doing ritual or doing prayer or however, it's like we can get really rigid in it, and we can be like, okay, so what did they tell me to do? I got to say these words this way, and I can't mess it up. and it's very like rigid. So I feel like that is being really released right now, and Spirit is encouraging to listen to your own intuitive guidance and what comes up for you. Like what do you want to pray for? Just anything, right? It's a reflective, intuitive exercise. And when you're finished and when you're completed your own full moon ritual, to give thanks. And that is always a very beautiful way to end any sort of prayer or ritual, is just simply to give thanks for life, for this moment. And once again, like whatever comes up for you intuitively. This is really going to help in building trust within self, because that is what intuition is. It's built upon that trust, the trust that we have for ourselves in our own guidance, our own internal guidance. Because when we start doubting, like when we do receive guidance and we receive it all of the time, all these messages, but it's when our doubt comes in or our logic comes in and our reptilian brain, right, like comes in and tries to like make sense of it, and it just kind of like cuts it out. And most of the time we don't act on the intuitive impulse or the guidance that we've been receiving. So I feel this exercise is really going to help in strengthening that muscle for you, and to build that trust, which it's beautiful. It's really beautiful. And you can continue on with that, like whenever, but I just feel like the energies of the full moon right now is really going to help amplify that, your own intuition. Yes. Okay. All right. Whew. So the next message, I was connecting with my inner child, and she was singing "Row, row, row your boat." So I know those words for sure, right? So row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life's about a dream. So I feel there's a real connection that is being made right now between you and your inner child. That connection is really, it's pure. It's pure love. It's pure innocence. It's pure source, right? That's how we can really connect and start bridging any sort of gaps, or any sort of, because we talked about bridging gaps before. We start bridging those gaps within ourselves and connecting to source in a fun, playful way. And so that is how my inner child started surfacing in my life, was I would just get these impulses or this idea to start singing these songs. And I know one time I was singing Itsy Bitsy Spider, and I started doing this, and it was after I did like a huge emotional release and healing, and I had a bath and really grounded myself. And then I started like singing this song, and I felt this joy just come like to the surface and come out, and then I started crying, because I was so happy. I was so happy that I was connecting with her, and I just felt this like the innocence, of a child again. And so I feel like that is really prominent right now in the energy, is connecting in with that beautiful, beautiful source and that beautiful energy within us, the sacred child within. And so flow is the next message. Like I keep doing this because that is exactly what the energy is like. It's very gentle. It's flowing, and anything that isn't in alignment with this flowing and loving energy is what is going to be kind of discordant. We've talked about that before. When it's not in alignment, things need to either crumble or need to be shaken up or reformed to be able to become into alignment with this love energy that's here. The goddess mother, divine mother energy. Thank you. So yes, once again, getting to know your energy. I feel right now reflecting and getting to know your energy is really a part of getting to know ourselves. And it really brings the focus back to ourselves. And that has come up in the readings a lot too, is really getting to know who we are. And we can achieve that in stillness, in quiet, in solitude, in hermit mode, is my favorite space. Yeah, so stillness can help for sure. What I do is I just like to notice, just have an awareness of any sensations in my body that I'm feeling. And it took some time. It took some time to get to that space. And because I, was doing a lot of trauma work. So if you are in a position right now in your journey and you are doing a lot of trauma work and, I'm sending so many blessings and healing to you and love for your journey, that it goes smoothly and with ease and grace. You have my support. You have all the support of the angelic realms, and you're not alone. But one way that really helped me to connect my spirit and my body and my mind, because I was very disassociated before. I was doing a lot of trauma work, and I would always dissociate. So one of my lessons was coming back, bringing my spirit back into my body and my mind and connecting everything together so I could be present. And so what really helped with that was yoga. And it didn't have to be fancy. It didn't have to be perfect. It just had to be intentional. The intention behind it was to connect with my body. And I haven't been doing a lot of yoga, to be honest, in the last month or so, but I'm starting to connect back in with myself that way again now too. And there's other ways that you can do this. You can do Tai Chi if yoga is something that, you don't really want to do. Whatever you're drawn to, any sort of energy work and body work, I feel is going to be really great. So in connecting, making that connection. And so if you're not in that situation where you're doing trauma work and you feel like your presence in your body, right? You might be a lot in your mind, but also bringing it back down into your heart space and feeling and just noticing any sort of sensations that you have in your body when you have certain thoughts, or when you're in certain situations. Do you feel like an energy gathering in your stomach, like in your solar plexus? Is there a sharp pain, after someone says something? Or where's your anxiety? If you're feeling anxiety, where is it sitting in your body? And just notice without judgment, right? And just get to know yourself energetically. And you don't need to do anything. You don't need to fix anything. It's just about awareness and breathing. Breath is definitely a big part of that. It's how we move the energy and the chi and the adamantine particles, as Archangel Michael likes to tell us. So yeah, just reflecting at different times of the day after certain thoughts. For me, I noticed that when I have a built up emotional energy that needs to be expelled, I find that it builds up in my feet, and it's like this. It kind of feels crinkly. I don't know how else to explain it. It kind of feels like a crinkly energy, and that's when I know that my body is preparing itself soon to have an emotional release, which is kind of nice, to have a little bit of a heads up sometimes. I used to have I've been experiencing a lot of solar plexus stuff lately. It could be the collective energy as well, but once again, it's like this Chiron energy. I feel like that I'm learning and going through a lot of my own lessons in regards to self-confidence and empowerment, and in doing and overcoming fear and all those kind of things, right? So I feel like some solar plexus work could be really good. Understanding what the solar plexus is for you, and just getting to know your energetic body. It doesn't need to be complicated. Yeah, so just some reflection. We're not broken. We don't need to be fixed. You know, it's just getting to know ourselves and being compassionate in that process. So a lot of like the words that were coming through is calm, ease, and grace. So very Empress energy, very Empress energy. So I feel like meditating on those words, like prior to yoga or prior to a meditation or prior to a nap, because like I do napping meditations. It's a thing. I don't know. It's a thing for me. Because the type of energy worker that I am, I require a lot of rest because I just feel so much energy, and I'm learning more and more about that. So meditating on those words of calm and ease and grace. So how can we apply those feelings into our life and into what we do in our intentions, our conversations, especially the ones that we have with ourselves. I feel is going to be very, it's going to start creating pathways to be able to tap into the love energy. Yeah, we're creating new pathways to tapping into this love energy. So here's another intuitive exercise that came up. I was wondering why I had received 2 totems tonight. So I received the blue orchid. So I didn't look that up because there was just so much coming up. But I know for me that resonates. And then a second totem came up of a blue lotus. So this is now up to you. What resonates for you, the blue orchid or the blue lotus? And just listen to what your intuition is guiding you. It's usually the first thought, the first answer that we receive in our minds or in our heart spaces, or sometimes we can hear it or sense it and feel it. The very first thought, the very first answer is our answer. It's not the thought that comes after we start analyzing it. So just play around with that, and I mean, they could both resonate for you, for all I know. You know, if you look it up and they both have some messages for you. That's for you and your intuition to decide. The next message is I wanted to switch chairs. I think I might do that soon in a minute here. Sorry. I'm just getting tired of sitting on this little swivel chair. Okay. Anyways, so the next message is fireflies. So I seen fireflies, and for me, like, they could also represent fairies. So some of you might be actually seeing fairies or seeing lights. I used to see them as a child. I used to see colors. And when that started coming back, I don't know. I think it's been with me for a while, but I haven't actually started noticing it and paying attention to it and honoring it until last year. But I feel it was one of the gifts that I reclaimed in my healing. So when I reclaimed a soul fragment from a traumatic situation, it came back into myself and it completed and activated something within me. And then I was able to open up and see my guides again, and see my angels, and see these fairies. And I feel like a lot of you are experiencing the same thing. Some of you could be seeing like flashes of light. It could be in the peripheral. It could be very like faint. That's why it's almost like unnoticeable, right? Until, we practice presence and awareness, then we're like, what was that? Like, maybe I gotta get my eyes checked. Maybe I gotta eat more carrots or something, right? And that's our logical brain trying to override the whole situation. And I'm just gonna turn this incense off. Could override the whole situation and just kind of, you know, kill the moment, I guess, for us. So, but it's always there. It's always there. And when we practice awareness and intention and trying to pay focus and attention to it, the more it builds, right? So anything that we put focus to gets bigger. And yeah, so I've seen fireflies. That could be another totem for some of you, but definitely feel like you are seeing flashes, especially when your eyes are closed. You can see flashes. They're like little white flashes, and it's almost like fireflies. And that's your spirit guides and your ancestors telling you and letting you know that they're with you. I mean, they're always with you, but this is how they're starting to connect. And sometimes, like for me, I see color, flashes of color. Like the other night I saw Archangel Michael twice, and it was outside. It was like really bright, really bright. And I knew his presence was with me. And you know, when I see a blue flash, I know his presence is with me. When I see a red flash, I know Mary Magdalene is with me. And so those are ways that our spirit guides and our ancestors and our angels can really connect with us and let us know, to give us a heads up or give us a message, or just to simply connect and let us know that they're there and that they love us and that they support us. So yeah, I feel there's been a lot of activations happening for you in your healing. So yeah, there's another message here. There's a lot, like there was a lot here. That's why I was like, okay, I think we need to get on live here before I start writing a novel. And so I was connecting with with someone's inner child. And they really love grilled cheese and macaroni, or grilled cheese and Katie or something. And they really love Twizzlers, and they really love playing in the bush. I mean, like most of us that lived here love playing in the bush, right? So, and there was, they love Fleetwood Mac. So I was connecting with someone's inner child, and they would like to connect with you through those activities, through those songs and those foods. And oh, thank you for the support. And yeah, I feel like that is they're really wanting to reconnect, and that is how we can reconnect with our inner child, is by doing the things that we love to do. And we talked a little bit about that in one of the readings. Is it kind of gives us a clue. It gives us a clue of our journey. It gives us a clue of our journey and where we're going, because our inner child is so connected with our spiritual journey. It's imperative. It's almost like the center, right? It's the pure innocence, like I said. And so a lot of the activities that we like to do as a child is really going to help us navigate and form a little bit of the path for us and for the future, right? Because we're going into uncharted territories for a lot of us on the spiritual journey and in ascension. And the thing is too, is like the whole planet is going through an ascension process. It's just some of us are aware of it, and some of us are like proactively engaging in the ascension process and like learning about having awakenings, you know, having these aha moments and clarity and all of the stuff, reconnecting with our spirit, you know, our spirit guides, our ancestors, connecting with ourselves, doing the healing. So it's all intertwined with that. And whereas, I'm seeing 11:11 again on the clock. I saw 11:11 earlier. I was talking to Ria, and I was like, 11:11. So that's a synchronicity for you. I know it is for me. Definitely tells me I'm on the right path, and I'm really grateful for that. So yeah, and so some people are not aware of the ascension journey. I know I wasn't before. Well, I was sort of aware. Okay. Didn't realize I was going to share this, but I knew about the spiritual realms. I've always been like into ETs and energy and healing and all things esoteric and spell work and connecting in with, you know, the astrals and the astral planes. And I did a lot of research since I was a teenager. And, you know, especially in my 20s, I got really, really deep into some really deep, like I went down the rabbit hole, like Alice in Wonderland. And that can happen sometimes in our ascension journey, and it's a part of our lesson. It could be avoided. That's where like your intuition will come into play to really help guide you into the information that you need for your soul's growth. So you don't get kind of like sidetracked, but maybe that sidetrack is a part of your journey. So we don't really know, for sure. And, yeah, so I did a lot of research and I didn't really resonate with a lot of it, like because I was so disassociated, because I was still in active addiction, I was numbed out. So I didn't feel that connection, but I knew something was driving me to collect information. And there was always a curiosity and a fascination. Like, yeah, ask any of my friends. I've always been like, you know, into X-Files and like, you know, aliens movies and sci-fi and all that amazing things, because it really lights me up. Oh, thank you, Travis. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those kind words. Thank you. I'm just getting a little dry here talking a lot, but yeah, so I had to, in my healing, I had to come back into myself to really connect all of this information and all of the dots. So there are some people who aren't aware of the ascension process, and you know that it's not a place for me or for anyone to judge another person on whether or not they consider themselves conscious or aware or awakened, because I see that a lot in the spiritual community, and it's not ever my place to make that judgment on another person. Everyone's on their own journey, and they will awaken, they will ascend in their own time, in their own divine timing. So I feel like there is that going to be a little bit of a separation. That's where like some relationships are going to be ending and shifting out, because you are ascending into a new level, a new spiritual level in your path. And so understanding that dynamic and learning how to release with ease and grace. And yes, so, oh, there's more. Okay. So yes, there was some of that energy as well, just having a little bit of an understanding. And the best thing is to give ourselves that understanding through self-knowledge. Like I'm I'm the type of person, I'm a Sag, I like to teach myself a lot of things, a lot of information, and come up with my own conclusions. So, you know, however you do your searching for your answers is a very sacred journey for yourself. So it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. And just follow the curiosity once again. So yeah, I was tapping into another energy where just gotta breathe here. Whew. Yeah. Okay. So I heard humbled Taurus. So there was the Taurus who's gone through a very humbling experience, and this Taurus tapped out of a situation, like tapped out. You know, like when you kind of get in a fight or whatever and you tap out. I feel like that's what happened, but it was more of an energetic tap out. It wasn't actually like a physical fight. And then I seen the Strength card, which also represents Leo. So it could be a Leo as well, was who's embodying this Taurus energy. You didn't allow your ego to override your emotions, and you stayed in your integrity. You had tact in that situation. And so you are going to be rewarded for that from the divine. You are going to receive a reward for doing things differently. And that's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful. It reminds me of like a blog that I wrote. I stopped blogging on my website. I would like to start writing again on there, but it reminded me of a message that I wrote called Humbled Saggy. And it was very, oh man, so I should go look at that and reflect to see like how far I've come, because yeah, it was quite the experience. But the next message was blessed be. And for me, I felt like that was like kind of the ending of the channel, but I feel there is a need to meditate on what those words mean. I know in a lot of Wiccan teachings, blessed be is like almost the equivalent to saying amen after a prayer, or and so it is, or aho, or matakiwasen. And I feel like there is a meaning behind that that's going to be very important and special for someone, or for some of you. It could be a group of people. There's a meaning. Words are magic. Words are magic. So the words that we say actually have a lot of power and a lot of strength behind it. And when we use blessed be, it's like everything is blessed. Be blessed. I'm blessed. You're blessed. The world is blessed. That's just my own interpretation that's coming through right now. So take it as it resonates for you. And then, yeah, I got that someone's pregnant. So congratulations. I feel like you may be feeling some morning sickness right now. I don't think that you might know yet, but you're pregnant. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. Blessed be. This is a blessing. Also very Empress energy as well. And then I was receiving a message. I heard Ga. So that means rabbit in Chippewan. And so I sat with Ga, and Ga, like, rabbit represents fertility and abundance and just a lot of this like very Venus energy, very abundant. But then I also heard Gacho Kwe. So I feel like someone may have just gotten a job with them, possibly in the environmental department. It's very exciting. It's like the starting of a new career. Someone's following their passions now. And it had taken a long time to make that decision, to take that leap of faith. And I feel like you are going to learn a lot. Learn a lot about the land and learn a lot about yourself. And you're going to get a lot of really positive work experience, but also life experience. Because when you're working with the land, it also works with you. And so there's that exchange and that reciprocity. So when you when you stand in that stewardship role, it's like you become a protector. So a lot of you might be earth angels or resonate with that, or you're earth protectors. And that reminds me a little bit about the message that we received around how I felt like someone was being called to start working with the plants and with the medicines. So I feel like that is a part of it as well. So we each have a role to play in this whole grand scheme. This whole dynamic, this whole shift, this great awakening. We all have a role to play, and it's very special and it's very unique to each and every one of us. Not one person has this exact same combination of gifts or perspectives or roles to play. So it's very honorable, and it's very surrendering to the love and to the compassion for ourselves in this moment. It's being called for right now. So when we start to begin stepping into mission, we have already created that channel within us and that template within us, so we could be able to give that and serve that to others and to humanity as we move forth on our journey and our mission. And I feel a lot of the, I've talked about this before many times in mission, in the readings, but there is going to be a restructuring of how business is being done. And that's why we see a lot of the systems, the banking systems, the justice systems, a lot of the governmental systems that we have so heavily relied upon are starting to become dismantled from the inside out. We are starting to see like a lot of the veils are being lifted. I see the Pisces moon energy, things that what we once thought was is not what we thought it was, because the veil is being lifted now. And now we are being able to see things for what and who they actually are. And that is a part of our awakening. That is a part of the mass great awakening around the globe and humanity. And for a lot of us who are light workers and healers and way showers and guides, a lot of you are shamans as well, medicine people. I feel those words have a lot of weight behind them. A lot of weight that Spirit is really encouraging you to let go of. Because those are the limitations from an old paradigm, from an old energy that do not coincide, do not align with the new energy that we're feeling now. This love energy, this Venus energy. The energy of the new earth and the new paradigm. However you want to call it, however you want to resonate with it. But I feel there's a needing to let go of that, because it is time now to step into your power. It is now time to accept your power. And the roles that you're being called to play and to act and to learn and to grow. It is very coincided with the teacher-student energy. We're always a teacher to someone. We're always a student. We're always learning. We're always growing. So I feel a lot of the fear around making that change, that shift into your path, into your journey, into your calling, what your higher self has been manifesting with you and guiding you to fulfill your divine blueprint. I feel there is a bit of a humbling experience that needs to occur during that, especially if our egos have been the dominant factor and it's been conditioned from the old paradigms. It was a very ego-driven, patriarchal society. And the ego is never to be, banned or ostracized or condemned. The ego has always served a purpose in our journey. It showed us sides of ourselves. It showed us our shadows. It was able to give us a point of view, a point of comparison and reflection, just like the light and the shadow. You cannot have one without the other. For when a person stands in the light, no matter who that person is or what they have done in their lifetime, any human being who stands in the light will always cast a shadow. So I feel there's that compassionate energy again. But first we must learn to give that to ourselves and create our own version, our own pathway, our own channel, our own template of what that compassionate energy, the divine love of the Creator, the unconditional love means for us. Because it's all unique. Every single one of us has a unique version and a unique perspective of what that unconditional love template is, and it's imperative for the ascension of the planet. to be able to serve that to humanity once it's ripened and once it's been nurtured. And when it's time for you to step into mission, then you will be able to give that and serve that to humanity in your own way, in your own fashion, all guided by your intuition. The completing of cycles has really helped to prepare you for this fast-paced ascension process. A lot of you who have heard the call and who are now actively pursuing your spirituality and your inner calling, those of you who have heard the call, the process and the path of ascension is going to happen very quickly. That's why it is imperative to begin working on developing your intuitive channel, so you can be guided to the right people at the right place at the right time to help ease the ascension process for you. It is not an easy journey. It is not meant to be an easy journey. No one has ever promised that it would be an easy journey. We all signed up to be here during this time, to be a part of this, to play our role. And if you've been given an opportunity to meet a person to help give you guidance, use your intuition to discern if this person, if their energy, feel their energy, and discern if they are the, I don't want to say the right, because the right and wrong words have a weight to them. And we are dismantling that now. The black and white thinking. It's not conducive with this energy. Whatever feels in alignment with you, what makes you feel empowered, you can feel that in the energy of the person that you're drawn to. There's going to be a lot of masks being coming off of a lot of people around the globe. Like I said, the veil is being lifted. So you're going to see things for what they are. And this could be a little troublesome. It could be a little scary. It's almost like being told, when we were kids, it's almost like being told that Santa isn't real. And we were awakened to this completely new paradigm, this new way of understanding of how things work. But it was also a part of our coming of age, right? Because there was a certain point in time where we had to learn those dynamics and we had to understand the reality of the situation. And we had to, in a way, grow up. And I feel right now this is what is occurring in humanity's time. We are all coming of age and stepping into our divine power, into our sovereignty, divine purpose and divine roles. And coming of age can be a very painful and arduous process. But with the right guides and your intuition, you will never be steered away from your path. And also know that you are always on the right path. Let me just use that word again, right? You are always on the path. You are never off the path. Even if you turn off and you go on a detour somewhere, we said that before, that is a part of your journey. So I feel like that would help to really dismantle any sort of rigidity that you may be experiencing in your life and around spiritual practices and around spirituality. Spirituality is your sacred right. It is yours to build and to create as you see fit. It is not to be given to you by another human. It was never meant to be presented in that fashion. You were always meant to create your own world as a divine co-creator. And that is inclusive of your own divine temple, of your own divine truths. So when the systems crumble and the systems fall, let them fall with ease and grace, and give thanks for the lessons that they taught. Because once again, without the shadow, we would not have the light. There was a purpose in all of it. Even though it may not, we may not see that just yet or understand, but everything that has occurred up until this moment has served a purpose and a part of this great awakening. Humanity needs a point of reference to be able to see where it is that they're going and to see how far that they've come. That is how time and experience could be used in reflection of self. We're all being encouraged right now to go within and start developing that inner compass. The directions, the 4 directions. You will find peace and solace in the 4 directions. I'm hearing pygmies, pink dragons. I don't know if I'm tapping into another person's inner child. It's through the inner child that we create, that we co-create paradise on earth. That's why it is so imperative, and so many children, so many sacred children, the inner children, inner childs, are wanting to connect now more than ever, because they want to come out and play. They want to play and co-create with you. They want to build that relationship and that connection again. They want to walk this journey with you. And listen to the nudges and to the whispers. That is them calling your name. And when you can remember to say goodnight to them at the end of the day, in acknowledgement for their innocence and their sacredness, for your innocence and your sacredness. It is time for the divine family to connect and to be reconnected, the divine father, divine mother, and the inner child. Pushing forth the Christ consciousness. That is you. That is found within your sacred heart, your sacred temple, in your innocence and in your joy. But you must do the work. If there's any stones in your heart, they must be released and they must be cleared. And you will receive help and guidance in that process. You don't have to do it alone. You won't have to do it alone. You were never alone in any of this. Welcome home. Welcome home. May peace be with you. Thank you. Wow. Wow. That was Mother Mary Magdalene and Archangel Michael and Saint Timna, who spoke. He came through tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Blessed be. Oh my gosh, wow. Thank you, Spirit. 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 That was beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for your energy, and thank you for sitting with me tonight. Wow, that was amazing. Yes, okay. All right, well, I'm just really vibing with that energy right now. Very calm and very gentle. Okay. We should do a reading. You're welcome, Ria. Thank you so much for being here. We should get into a reading. I'm gonna grab some water though really quickly, and then I wonder if we should do a separate. No? Okay. Okay, I'm just gonna grab some water and I'll be right back. Hey. Ooh, thank you for waiting. I think I'm gonna change my chair really quickly too. I got this like old school office chair, a round one, a swivel one, and yeah, I feel it. It'll take 2 seconds here. I'm in my dining room, by the way, so yeah. My setup takes up like half of the dinner table. It's a big table, so it's all good, but okay. Just grabbing the cards here. Okay. Okay. Whew. Ease and grace. This is just all like my guides keep telling me, just ease and grace. So I'm just trying to ride those waves. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to use, I'm just getting kind of orientated again here. We are going to use the Angel Answer, the deck, Oracle. I feel there's some answers that some of you are looking for, and your spirit guides are here to help guide you. As promised in the beginning, they are always here to guide you. All you have to do is ask. Ask and it will be received. Okay. Ooh. Okay, now we're going to use, after that, we're going to use the Oracle of Hidden Worlds. Love this deck. And the Keepers of the Light, because I feel the Ascended Masters are strongly with us. Excuse me, I've been seeing a lot of twin flames coming together. There's a lot of unions occurring, a lot of reunions. I posted a video, I shared a video of Thomas Sawyer. So he is also another healer. And that video, him and his friend, I can't remember her name, I'm sorry if you're watching. But they shared a little bit about their twin flame journey, and I can share some of mine at a later date. I don't feel it's quite time for me to begin sharing that yet. But just to kind of help guide that process and to understand why things occurred the way that they did, I feel it's going to help bring in a lot of clarity and peace. So a lot of clarity is definitely going to be coming through. There was a lot of moon energy, a lot of illusionary energy that has been gone on for long enough, I'm hearing. Someone is saying it's been gone on long enough, and now it's the time of the Great Awakening. And even the word apocalypse, right, has a lot of weight to it. And like this is a lesson in the words that we use, and just to be reflective and mindful of the power behind each word, and the impact, the heaviness behind it. Like what meaning and power does it have behind the word? Because apocalypse means the lifting of the veil. It's not the apocalypse that we see in movies, you know, the catastrophic, right? Like, not to disregard any of the natural disasters that are occurring, but that is Mother Gaia ascending and recalibrating her energies as well, her polarities, because everything has a polarity in the entire universe, in the entire cosmos. It's all energy. It's the sacred form. Okay. Whew. It's just like coming out. Here, let's use a dark stone. So I'm going to pull this out to help really ground this energy. Oh, wow. Wow. That is so amazing and beautiful. Wow, thank you, Rhea. Thank you, Rhea. That is so beautiful. I have an amethyst here too. And a rose quartz. And now we're adding to the trio a darker stone. I don't know what stone this is. It's my brown stone. Sacred geometry here. But yes, this is going to help really ground this energy because it is very strong. It is very strong. It is very nice and beautiful, but to really focus and get centered here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like I cannot do what I do without you, right? Without each and every one of you. We are co-creating, and it's almost like a co-healing. We're like exchanging, right? That's how we work together. Yeah. Okay, so whew. Okay, shifting gears, let's do this. A lot of you could be feeling Ascension symptoms as well. I know I have. I've been feeling like cold. Sometimes your body will heat up really, like kind of like a hot flash. And that's your body trying to release, just like how your body releases and kills like infections and colds or flus. When you have the flu, when you get a fever, it's the same kind of thing, but it's with the more denser energies and the negative energies that you are dispelling. So these are a lot of the paradigms and the templates that your body is trying to get rid of. So that's normal. But yeah, look it up. Look it up and see what resonates for you. Recently, I've been feeling really cold. So that's been a bit of a change. Anyway, okay. Okay, here we go. Maybe we'll shift you guys down just a smidge. All right. Trust in the middle of the deck. God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, saints, and angels, I ask that all of my readings be accurate, truthful, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Please safeguard my readings and make sure that only God's pure helpers of divine light come through. Please assist me with keeping my ego in check and confidently stating my truth with love. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this help. Thank you so much for the blessings. Thank you so much for the peace. Thank you so much for the joy. Thank you so much for this moment. Thank you so much for all of these lovely people here tonight. What messages do you have for them to help guide them on their path in this cycle that is in their highest good and in the presence of love? And so it is. Amen. We got a yes underneath the deck, but we'll see what comes through. I just wanted to see what music was playing. It's solar plexus. We were just talking about that. So if you're into like binaural sound baths, there's a lot on YouTube. I can post a couple that we're playing tonight in the comments or just on my Facebook page. It really helps to ease some of the energetic buildup and releasing. Yeah, this was solar plexus. Which is cool. Okay, focus. What messages do you have for the collective here? Help guide them on their path. Well, they're speaking to me. I think this might be an intuitive guide, an intuitive exercise for me now. Okay, hold on. Just be patient with me, please. Okay. Okay, we're doing a completely new spread here. This is all new here. This is a lot of information. But I feel this is what wants to come out. I feel a lot of it did come out in the channeled messages. This is like a star. You guys want to see? I'll show you. So we're going to clarify those. Like I said, I think we clarified a lot already, but okay, so in the center of the deck we have, or in the center of the star, I feel this is like indicative of the North Star, your own internal North Star, as was shared earlier. Is going to be received, is going to be found through asking for help from others. So do you see how earlier when I spoke my truth and I asked for help, and thank you again, it was an awakening. It was a lesson for me, an important life lesson. So I feel humbling ourselves to be able to ask help from others is going to be a part of our humbling experience and developing our courage. It's a different form of courage. It's the courage of the strength card, as we've seen in the Leo energy, or as I seen in the Leo in the channeled messages. That feminine strength. It's a different type of strength. So asking for help from others. We're going to go through these one by one. I don't feel we're going to go like two. Well, we'll see. I'm not really in charge, I don't feel like, in this moment. So the guys are really guiding this for you guys tonight. Excuse me. Thank you, Spirit. Please clarify, ask for help from others. Thank you. Yes, the Nine of Wands. Like I said, 10 of Cups underneath the deck. Chariot, Cancer energy. So the Knight of Wands really speaks about going into uncharted territory. Asking for help from others is going to help you navigate in through a lot of these wands and through a lot of what seem like impossible challenges and experiences, and you're not really sure where to go. Because it's almost like a fence, right? It's like a fence you can't see on the other side. He's also the wounded soldier, the wounded healer, Chiron energy, Aries energy. Fire represents wands. Wands represent fire in the tarot. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy for sure. In achieving your 10 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. This could be your healing journey. This is your healing journey, bridging those gaps within ourselves, within our community, within our family, and our dynamics. It could be from a Cancer or someone who embodies a lot of emotions. I feel there's going to be a lot of help to be available between now and Cancer. It's really going to help move quickly. Like I said, like was said in the channeled messages, that things are going to happen very quickly. But it could be done with ease and grace with the help from others. It could be a fire sign as well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the next card we have is abundance. This is abundance. Lots of abundance is going to come to you. Almost as rewards for the work that you do, for the service that you do, for the good deeds. Oh, a lot of the, thank you. Okay, a lot of the karmic payout is what they're saying. So all the good deeds that you've done in your life, you're going to receive back in through abundance. No good deed goes unnoticed. And that goes for the other way as well, right? So what we give out is what we receive. And I feel you're going to be receiving lots of abundance here in the near future. And now abundance could come in all forms. It can come in the form of money. It could come in the form of love. It could come in the form of recognition, support. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Ace of Cups. Wow. Definitely love. So like I said, with the Venus energy, right? So we have the Ace of Cups here. A new opportunity for love and peace within a relationship, within a dynamic, an offer. This is also, and this always represents this for me in my readings, is the divine unconditional love from the divine, from Creator. You know, you can see coming right from the heavens, gifting you this. And it is that new form of unconditional love that's creating that channel, like we've mentioned before, that's really going to open up your heart space, which is going to bring in all of the abundance, attract all of the abundance that you've been manifesting. It is divinely guided and divinely protected. It is destined to be yours. Whether this is through a partnership, a new fulfillment in work, a new path. We have the Judgment card. Archangel Michael is here to protect you. This is also in regards to work and making a decision, an important decision, into following your path and following what your heart's desire has been calling you to do. There's a union. It could have been a project too that is kind of brought back to life. Maybe something that didn't work in the past. Could be a relationship. Like I said, reunion of twin flames. We have the Union card with the Two of Cups. So this could also represent an alliance that you are making with your soul tribe. So you could be attracting your soulmates at this time as well to help support you. And that's what I feel like a lot of the help that you are receiving is from soulmates, from your soul family. That's why it feels so, you feel like you can resonate so strongly with them. That is a very good indication of reading energy. Because it feels familiar, it feels like home. So we have two offers here. We have the Page of Pentacles, which could also represent an abundance of knowledge. Oh no, I got 20%. Okay. Oh well. So it could represent a wealth of knowledge or a gift of knowledge of some kind. It could also be an offer of finances, money. We have the Knight of Cups here as well. So that's Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. We have the Knight of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Someone's coming in to bring in this cup, this Ace of Cups. Could be an apology. It could be an offer of love. Could be dealing with a Libra as well. Completing cycles of letting go of burdens, of shedding those burdens. And Taurus, we have Taurus here again. So, okay, let's move. Let's move. I got 20%. All right, thank you, Spirit. Okay. We have the Success card. Beautiful, beautiful. You are going to be successful in this journey. Oh, major success, major success. You have all of the support and the guidance in the world, in all of the universe. Thank you. 5 of Wands. Okay, so if any of you were feeling a little apprehensive about any sort of drama or conflict that was going on around you, and you weren't sure how you were going to be able to handle it, I know in the fire signs reading we talked a little bit about kind of having the fear of standing in your power, and having a little bit of apprehension around that. But I feel like you are going to have success. There is no worries. There is no worries. You are going to totally nail it. Because I see you standing in your empowerment here. Also Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. Speaking your truth around any sort of stresses that may have been keeping you up at night. Stealing your peace. This is ultimately like the stealing of peace, and really caught up in the head and the mental space, replaying things over and over again. Could have been around any sort of shady behavior that's been going on, but I really feel that you are going to bring balance into this situation by speaking your truth and standing in your empowerment. So there is going to be success here. So no worries. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Whew. Next one up, we have listen to your intuition. This has just been an ongoing beautiful message and a beautiful reminder to listen to our intuition. Thank you. 9. I can't make this up. 9 of Wands. So like we said earlier about uncharted territory, going into the unknown, we're being encouraged right now to really listen to our intuition to help guide us through that, to the right people at the right place at the right time. And to navigate, to help us get out of this 8 of Swords energy. This is like a very self-imposed prison. There is going to be a spiritual guide. Every time I see this card, I want to say sage, but I mean like going back to the words and the power behind the words, right? So however, the hermit to you, someone who has a lot of wisdom, has a lot of wisdom to share, guidance to help you navigate any sort of the darker energies here, because he has the lamp, right? So he's going into the darkness, he's going within, he's going to go into the peaks and the valleys of our internal worlds, and he's bringing his lamp and his light to help guide others through their journeys. And moving forward and planning for the future, you're going to receive some fast communication. There's going to be fast movement going on here in your awakening journey, like we said, right? It's going to be like really lightning speed, and there's going to be one guide for a certain amount of time, and then there's going to be another guide for a certain amount of time, and that's how the process works. When we've completed a lesson, then the guide kind of dips out, and we have a new guide to guide us. And the same goes through our spirit guides as well. Like we have a guardian angel. Some of us have 2. We have multiple guardian angels that are with us from the moment that we are born until we are done here on this planet. And a lot of the spirit guides too, like, are interchangeable. So they will come in during certain points in your journey, certain lessons that you need to learn to help guide you through that, and they kind of duck out. So a lot of the ascended masters do work like that as well. Okay, so next card up, we have Ask Your Angels. Really connecting in. I feel like that's also the development of our intuitive muscle is like you'll see me like ask questions, like ask my guides question, ask myself, my higher self questions, like, is this what I do? Sometimes I do it in my mind, and I get a confirmation, and it's because I've spent a lot of time with them in developing that relationship and in how we communicate together. And I feel like that's what is being encouraged right now is to begin asking your spirit guides for their guidance. Thank you, Spirit. Whew. Can we get a clarity, please? Okay, thank you. So ask your angels if you are having any sort of trouble with family or with your stability with the Four of Wands. This could be union. This is an 1111 card as well. Like it's because we have the two. So it's significant, I feel, is what is the imagery that's coming through right now. It's significant in regards to your family and in regards to the family dynamics and the foundations of a happy home. Ask your angels for guidance and around any sort of there was a situation that happened that left someone feeling sad, disappointed if there was an argument of any kind. Just ask them for guidance on how it is that you can make amends or to help bring balance into the situation. This is an important life lesson in regards to your shadow and then completing cycles within that certain shadow aspect. Whether that's codependency or just negative thinking patterns. I do see success and celebration for sure. So beautiful. All right, next up is romance. Ooh, so we definitely talked about love. It's definitely feeling the Venus energy. It's so nice. It's so lovely, and like choosing to tap into that is very, very nice. So I'm gonna have to continue reminding myself that it's there, you know, that I can tap into it and I don't need to get stuck in that Ten of Swords, Eight of Swords energy either. So, okay, yes, union energy for sure. This is kind of what, okay, thank you, Spirit. So this is like, I feel, don't necessarily have to be twin flames. Like this could just be in a union, a sacred union between two people. And I feel like your inner child, your inner children are like wanting to play together with them. And that's why I was hearing like pygmies or like pink dragons, and then I was like blue dragons, and I was like, okay, like I don't understand. I feel like I'm tapping into someone's inner child and connecting in with another their divine counterpart, their divine partner, their inner child, and I feel there's like that pull that's they're wanting to connect and play, because I'm feeling, you see this blue and pink here between two people. Now it could be between a masculine and a feminine, or a male or a female. It doesn't, gender, it does not compute really in the spiritual realms. It's all energy. And now everyone has masculine and feminine energies as well. So whoever is leading and, you know, pulling, and there's that whole energy dynamic. Whew, okay. Thank you. Okay. Yep. So someone could be coming back from the past life soulmate. Someone you can have children with as well. I feel like what's happening right now is someone is walking away. It could be a Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. We also have water here, the Eight of Cups and the King of Pentacles. So someone is walking away, I feel, from work, from a business, or from they're trying to get out of a work situation. They could be moving towards an earth sign. You can be an earth sign. But they're moving away from that energy. Could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, with the King of Wands here. they could be watching you. That sounds kind of freaky. Like the Page of Swords can be that someone has been paying attention. But usually for me, this card really represents being able to read between the lines, which also can be interpreted as like watching out for using your intuition, because we have the High Priestess here as well. But using your intuition to really sense out any BS or like lies that a person could be saying, or trying to tell you. Your inner child will help guide you through this as well. There's an element to that, and I can't tell you what that is, because that is for you to discover. It's going to help you in your new cycle here towards your 10 of Cups, your wish fulfillment. Keep going. Okay, yeah, so there is a Ace of Wands. Oh my God. Okay, that's why they told me to keep going. Okay, I have to keep going now. So completing or like walking into this new cycle, the World card, powerful, major arcana. Walking into this 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment, like your absolute dream come true. Ace of Wands, a new passion on life, it's like a renewed sense. Like we had the 10 of Wands show up here before, and it's like completing, and now you're like brand new. There's a victory here. There's a victory of like a new ignition of passion in your life, in this relationship. I feel this relationship is going to help reignite some of that for you as well, because this person is your wish fulfillment. Could have had a lot of passion with them in the past, just say it. Gotta say it, right? Like, what do they call it? Oh my God, am I gonna say it? Okay, screw it. The virility, I don't know if that's the right word, but like, you know what I mean? Yeah, so. Oh man, I just feel so giddy now. Okay, so the Ace of Swords here is bringing in a lot of clarity and a lot of truth. I feel this is also, it's like a new truth. It's like it was almost like a new idea, but it was something that was birthed, like a new understanding, new sense of clarity, a renewed, once again, like overcoming the 10 of Swords, and like you're completing that cycle, you're in a new cycle where everything is brand new, because we have the Ace of Pentacles here as well. 3 aces. 3 freaking aces. And we had the Ace of Cups earlier, so I mean, we don't necessarily need to have it show up here for it to be like all there, right? Okay. Yeah, that's, I mean, I'm sorry, you know, the situation didn't really, doesn't sound like it went down too gracefully. I'm just making an assumption here, but, I just wanted to point out that you used the word I feel you're talking about, right? So that's your intuition. That's your intuition guiding you. So yeah, like that's really, I just wanted to, you know, really highlight that. And yeah, well, maybe we can talk about that. If you want to do a reading around that too, we can talk about that too. I feel like Spirit is just reminding that everything is happening for a reason, but there is dynamics, there is unions and bridging these relationships between now and the next cycle. There's going to be opportunities to help heal those relationships if they are meant to support us in the new cycle, because sometimes these endings of these relationships of people that we thought were going to be with us till the end of time, sometimes they're kind of exited left stage, you know what I mean? Like, and it's in those transitions of where we can practice acceptance and just let them go gracefully and with love and unconditional love, and just you know, to move forward. So that is between you and Creator. So just offering, you know, my own personal experience of letting go of people, you know, releasing people with love. You know, I did that earlier. So, but anyway, this is beautiful energy. And it's just getting better. The Sun card, Leo energy, working together, collaborating. So I feel this new cycle is going to bring in a whole lot of glory for you. A whole lot of glory. And a lot of fulfillment. Working together with people. Enlightening. Leo. For some of you, a lot of this could be occurring between now and Leo season, which is in August. Your summer is going to be like lit. Yeah, I feel you're manifesting this. Because we have the Two of Pentacles here and the Tower card. So I feel, oh, okay. So this could be an offer between two people. We've seen an offer earlier with with a page and, oh, nice. I love it. Oh my gosh, we're just like this tonight, Ria. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I don't feel it's just tonight. Like it's yeah. I think we might be soulmates from the same soul family or something. Like I just feel that energy, but that's really cool. But yeah, there's going to be a decision that needs to be made here. That's going to happen out of the blue. It could be investments, but I feel like this is between two offers. Two offers. Thank you, Spirit. Alrighty, next one up. Communicate clearly. This goes back to the power of words in mindfulness. Mindfulness. I know when I was younger, I used to be really, well, I used to consider myself when I was younger, like, I just felt like I was more vigilant or diligent with myself about how it was that I was communicating. And then over the years, I got really sloppy with it and messy and didn't really care and, you know, just kind of said whatever I wanted. And but there are moments when I'm able to kind of shift into that energy. So it's a learning curve for me as well, for sure. I think it is for all of us, all of the time. There's going to be a victory here with any sort of family situation. So I wouldn't worry. Wouldn't worry. Okay. Oh, that was fast. Oh, thank you. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles. Someone coming in, possibly to give a gift, a message. Could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Feeling a lot of like earthy energy. The Judgment and the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. So I feel there's going to be an opportunity. Someone is going to be offering you maybe a gift. It is being divinely guided. It could be someone coming back from the past. And you are going to be given an opportunity, or they are going to give you, they're going to take this opportunity to clarify some things that may have been kind of like murky, like Seven of Cups kind of energy. There's going to be some communication coming in. It's going to bring in some clarity and a new beginning, a new offer. So this could be like a new, Ace of Pentacles could represent anything that's like tangible in the material, like in the realm, like a gift, donation. It could be a new job. It could be a new career path, you know, yeah. And it's the mindfulness card, the Five of Swords card, the mindfulness, and this is where communicating clearly. Communicating clearly our truths and what occurred, in an assertive fashion to help really move away from into more calmer waters. Speaking your truth. Emotional balance with balanced emotions. Around feeling kind of left out in the cold. Someone may have been abandoned kind of feeling, like that kind of abandonment feeling. So I think there's going to be an opportunity to clear the air with any of that. And it's going to happen. It's going to move things forward very quickly. Beautiful. Remain positive is the next card. Positivity. Positivity. It's beautiful. He's holding a bouquet of flowers. And it looks like there's little fairies in there. So I feel like beauty is like very Venus, very Empress energy. And I've been thinking of ways of how to really, beautify my home, because I'm in the mood to reorganize and like shift things around. And I feel like surrounding yourself with beautiful things, things that bring you a lot of joy and light you up, is going to help in elevating your vibration and sustaining that in this time frame. And to help you really tap into that Venus energy, which is amazing. Spring cleaning. Yep. Definitely got to do that. Oh, thank you. Remain positive around any sort of situation. With a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, we have the King of Cups, or someone who could be embodying this energy. Tower, Scorpio energy, the Star card, and the Seven of Cups. So I was kind of feeling a little bit of that energy earlier too. We have Taurus, Hierophant, underneath the deck. Remain heart-centered with the King of Cups here. Someone who's still in their power, but is very emotionally mature. Remain positive around this situation. There's going to be an unexpected healing. It could be an Aquarius or a Scorpio you're also dealing with. It's going to just happen out of the blue. I feel there's going to be a lot of Tower moments that are going to be occurring too as well. And in around any sort of illusion energy that may have transpired over the winter time. Yeah, like I said, the veil's being lifted. There's going to be a victory here. The fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, again with the Queen of Wands. And a healing that's going to bring in a lot of peace of mind and balance into this situation. We just may not see it at this time because it's all happening energetically, right? Like, especially if we're in separation right now, there's going to be an apology, an offer of love brought to you. I see you standing in your power, your empowerment, and that's exactly what is going to attract this energy to you by focusing on self. King of Pentacles, we got another earth energy here, the Ace of Wands. All right, beautiful. All right, so next card we have in the near future. She's holding a torch. This angel's holding a torch. So you are being divinely guided for sure. Okay. Alrighty. see what's happening in the near future. Nope. Okay. That was a drop. Thank you. So those cards that just came out there like 2 seconds ago, they are kind of showing a little bit, but I feel like it was touched on already, so that's why they didn't want me to bring it back out. So these cards here are telling me you could be dealing with a Capricorn in your chart. We have the devil underneath the deck. In the near future, there's going to be an opportunity to be able to speak your truth in regards to a family situation. Because we have the Four of Wands showing up here again and the Fool card. That's really going to help liberate you. It's going to help liberate you from any sort of like shadowy kind of energy. And it could have been, you know, like their shadow and your shadow were kind of like, you know, going at it kind of thing. And I feel right now in the time of reflection, of self-reflection and being mindful in how we're going to communicate, what we're going to communicate, and in a way that is satisfying for ourselves, for our emotional being, right? So assertive communication and like, I don't know, maybe we'll do a video around that. Just some examples of how, you know, we can communicate our feelings in a way that validates us, and we can say or speak our truth in a way that isn't like blaming and like can start another fight and blah, blah. And yeah, so the Queen of Swords is very, you know, she speaks her truth. She's very direct, not really letting her emotions get the best of her. We have the Four of Cups, feeling really balanced emotionally. There could be an opportunity in the near future that you may not see right away for some of you. Because you're focused on a different outcome in a situation. Or you're focused on a different choice of love, if this has to do with partnership, work partnership, or you know, divine union. If you're attracting in a soulmate, it could be an Aquarius or a Capricorn or an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. There might be an offer coming in that you may not see or really pay much attention to. There could be a little bit of that energy of just kind of feeling a little bit jaded. But I feel it's what the Ace of Cups that we've seen earlier. I feel like it's a gift from the divine. It's been divinely guided to you. This is very powerful, this breaking free from the shackles of any sort of family dynamic, family structure. I feel like a lot of you are doing things in your own way, which is very empowering. You're doing work in your own way. You're working on yourself in your own way. You're doing things with your own flair, which is beautiful. That is so beautiful. You know, you're reinventing like family dynamics for your family and for your children and for their children's children. And white roses. White roses. You could be receiving some white roses. But there's something to that. I feel like that's a symbol for some of you. Yeah, I see a lot of you working very diligently on yourself, on your work, on your business, but it's also like on your home. Whoa. On your home. The Temperance card here as well, really balancing things out. I feel like this Venus energy is really helping to come into more of a heart-centered space, because that is a part of our journey as well. Patience, Sag energy, planning for the future, walking away from anything that is not conducive to your energy at this point. I feel that's becoming a lot easier and easier for you to do. Because you're in a more balanced place now. And you can feel energetically what is a match and what isn't. Some of you have been waiting on a message here, possibly from a fire sign, someone who could have, I think we picked this up in the fire sign reading as well, someone who may have broken your heart in the past, or there was some kind of ending, some kind of heartbreak. Could be with the Libra, but there's going to be balance being brought into the situation. This is like such an important conversations and situations that are coming up. So much balance. It's been all about balance. This is Libra energy as well. So this could occur between now and the Libra full moon. I got 10%. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's between now and the Libra full moon. If there's any sort of like legal issues, I feel it's going to, there was a major life lesson with that, for one. Could have been a divorce, and you're really putting down those burdens and moving towards union and financial stability. I feel like you're understanding the blessing that this union, this person was in your life and brought in a lot of stability for you. But yeah, going back to like the whole balancing, any sort of so it's all energy, right? Like relationships and dynamics and all of that create its own force, creates its own like relationships. There's us and then the other person, and then the third entity is the relationship, because it has its own energetic form to it. And when we invest our time, money, energy, like any sort of energy into that dynamic, it creates its own force, right? And depending on what we invest into it and how we nurture that relationship is a reflection of how we nurture ourselves. Now, if we're not taking care of ourselves and our dynamics are not conducive with the vibration and the energy right now that's going on, the Venus energy, Divine Mother energy, and the energy of the new Earth, then it's going to, there was like a discordant collapse, right? And it needed to be able to be destroyed so it could be rebuilt. The relationships that are meant to be with you are being given an opportunity to be rebuilt in higher vibration. I don't always like to use that term, but it's kind of, it makes sense a little bit here. Actually a lot, but to rebuild it in a more balanced form where there's reciprocity and respect, and also an understanding of empowerment of each individual, where this codependent or any sort of like controlling, this is around control as well. Controlling energy is like, it's not a part of the foundation of that relationship or of that dynamic. Then it's in a healthier space to be able to move forward in your path that is going to support you in a very higher energetic way. Standing up for what you believe in, meaning like your own morals and values and things that are important to you, And that's a journey in itself, because like up until I knew what my values were, like kind of, but like up until last fall, I didn't know really what my values were. Like I knew what I was passionate about, and I thought that kind of went in alignment with it. But I did an exercise, a reflection exercise, and found, you know, my top 3 things that I found were my values and that I live by. And, you know, I found out what my values were for work and for my relationships. And so they can change in different dynamics. So I feel like that could be a fun exercise to do with yourself, is to explore and reflect and see, what are my values? How have they changed? What are important to me now? You know, what morals and what morals do I have today that are most important, and what are the ones that I'm working towards, you know, bettering? And it can help to create a little bit of a map, a little bit of a recalibration of where you are today and kind of where you want to go. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. We've got Sag energy here, also Aries energy with the Emperor. I feel it's important to remain optimistic and remain positive about the whole situation here. It could be dealing with an Aries or an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Using your intuition here to avoid any sort of impulsive movements or impulsive communication. Not that I don't see it like going sideways or anything, but in collaborating and working together, possibly with a Cancer. We've got Empress energy here as well, the Venus energy. Really tapping into that love. Awesome. Wow. Okay, well, we went deep with the last one, so we did that. I got less than 10% going on here. We will pull a card from the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. I'm out of water again. Now I'm out of water. Okay. And then we'll pull Keepers of the Light. Whew. Awesome. I love this deck. I love this deck. Okay. God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, saints, and angels, I ask that all of my readings be accurate, truthful, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Please safeguard my readings and make sure that only God's spirit helpers of divine light come through. Okay. Please assist me in keeping my ego in check and confidently stating the truth with love. Thank you so much, Spirit, for this help. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for the blessings. Thank you. What messages do you have for the collective to help guide them on their path in this cycle, for their highest good and in the presence of love? And so it is. Amen. Sorry, I just kind of seen the cards do a weird thing. Okay. No, let's do it like this. These are huge, like huge cards. It's hard to shuffle, like, without bending them. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. Let's do it this way. I think that was like an intuitive like nudge that I received when I was just like, oh, I seen the cards do a weird thing, and like, because there was something telling me to cut it in half and then to do it that way, and I was like, and then my logic overrode and said like, no, but we usually cut it in 3, and then we shuffle, and then so now here we are shuffling, and I don't know if we're gonna get a one coming out, a fly card. So it's interesting how that happens in real time too, right? So I'm just gonna, yeah, they're like, yeah, cut it now. Okay. Okay. real time intuitive little exercise there for you guys to see. Okay. The Light Priestess. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, in the spirit of spring. Oh, how lovely. We are in the springtime. Freedom, action, power. Yeah, get it. New beginnings. Here we go. Awesome. Whew. Okay. I just wonder if I have anything to drink. I'm just gonna grab something to drink really, really quickly. It's kind of imperative when reading. I'll grab some milk. That'll do. That'll do. From Charlotte's Web. That'll do, pig. That'll do. All right. 6. Number 6. The Light Priestess. Galactic Wisdom. Cosmic Ritual. Look at these pillars. It's so beautiful. I feel this is the divine mother Venus energy that is being like wrapped around everyone and everything in the cosmos right now. Yeah. Number 6 speaks about the divine feminine energy as well. So lots of confirmations here. I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. Before you is a temple, a gateway to the realm of light, and it is broken. It is being restored, rebuilt with every moment that you give to your own restoration and well-being. As you do this, likewise, this temple will be restored by the Light Priestess, she who weaves the rays and brings back to us the codes of our origins. All you need to do is focus on the light within and without you. Spend time within the light, the sunlight pouring through your own energetic gateways, the moonlight, healing, cleansing, reassembling every cell. The Light Priestess will ensure you receive the light that will reignite the cosmic fires within you and restore all that seems broken and in disrepair. She builds the temple of the spirit, and as you build yours, the temple she safeguards will be repieced until it once again is a gateway for the people of this earth to understand their place in the cosmos. Observe the subtle light all about you, the play of light on water, the reflections off windows, the prisms and lanterns and rays that imbue our world with wonder and messages from the depths of the universe. Allow the planets to connect with you. Re-engage with your starry self, your cosmic being, your eternal essence that is the light from 1,000 stars. You are a temple, and you are restoring the gates between the worlds with every offering you make to your own well-being, to your own spirit. The illumination. Starborn one, your temple is not broken. It is being rewoven from the 1,000 lights of the faraway worlds you once were a part of. Live this life, but in this moment, remember your origins and the divine path you will take home. Wow. Oh man, I want to leave this card out, like for me to reflect on and see. I do that sometimes with the cards. Well, at least I used to. I haven't been doing that really often, but this is beautiful. Oh, amazing. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Divine Mother. That was amazing. Definitely a very good way to really graceful words, graceful way to really bring all of the energies to a close as we end the reading here. So I love it. I love it when that happens. God, Holy Spirit, Jesus, saints, and angels, I ask that all of my readings be accurate, truthful, and bring blessings to everyone involved. Please safeguard my readings and make sure that only God's pure helpers of divine light come through. Please assist me in keeping my ego in check and confidently stating the truth with love. Thank you so much for this help, Spirit. Thank you so much for this help. Thank you so much for the blessings and the joy and the abundance and all of these amazing people. Thank you so much, Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective to help guide them on their path in this cycle for the highest good and in the presence of love? And so it is. Amen. I was wondering if we were going to get a flipper or a flyer or whatever you want to call them. So, okay, beautiful. So we have oh, didn't realize I was so low. Yeah, okay. Master Buddha is here. Ascended Master. Increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So that really wraps up with the intuition and being guided internally and really mastering, that connection and trusting, right? A big part of that is trusting. And so Master Buddha is very warm and very understanding and very calm and graceful and really inspires me to learn how to become still like the Buddha and to be able to listen to our inner Buddha. I feel like a lot of messages in regards to any sort of troubling issues that you may have had with work or with family or with relationships, I feel is going to come, the wisdom and the guidance is going to come up from your inner Buddha in the stillness, in the meditation. And there's a million ways to meditate. So no pressure, just play around with it and discover what works for you. Like I said before, for me, it's naps. Sometimes I don't even sleep. Sometimes I just go into this meditative state for like an hour and I come out completely rested and rejuvenated. Other times I do nap, other times I do meditate, but I meditate mostly when I'm laying down. So that's just how I do it. Hilarion is here. Heart chakra. Oh yeah, lots of yellow here too. Solar plexus. And throat with the blue. Throat chakra. Ooh. So empowerment, power, confidence in speaking your truth. Yeah, I feel that resonates with the reading tonight. So Hilarion is here, divine healing. I feel like a lot of you are healers, and I've been saying this like so many times. And there's like a lot of like context and, heaviness behind those words or impact, and take it as it resonates, right? I feel like this message needs to come out. You don't need to be you don't need to have the certification to be a healer per se, right? I feel like that has been an old way of doing things. Of course, it's great to be able to get that sense of accomplishment when we commit to something and invest in learning a class, taking a course, that kind of thing, and learning, one person's way of using energy, doing healing work, doing Reiki, doing cord cutting, doing meditations, or like however, right? However that shows up for you. However, that is not always needed. And I feel like, you know, a really good example of that is like people in the north, right? So a lot of our elders, like I was talking to another healer about this, like a lot of our elders have like PhDs of being in the bush, right? They know how to be in the bush. They don't necessarily need like their chainsaw license and all of this other stuff, their boating license, you know, because when they learned how to drive boat and use a chainsaw, they were like, this was way before all of the certification was needed. And it was just the way of life, right? And so having that wisdom and having that life experience is actually, in my opinion, can be, if not like equal, if not more value than what you would get in, say, taking a course or getting certified or going to school, or, you know what I mean? So I just want to be able to offer the option of dismantling and opening up any sort of limitations that may be around that. You can teach yourself for free. I mean, with the right amount of determination and willpower and curiosity and willingness, you can teach yourself. I know I teach myself a lot. I mean, I did buy some courses, but I haven't finished them yet. So that just kind of goes to show, like, I find, just having that flexibility within yourself, that you don't need to be certified or to know a certain dynamic or a certain methodology to call yourself a healer. If it resonates with your truth, with your inner Buddha, then you're a healer. You know, and healers come in all forms, shapes, and sizes. There is not one person who makes the defining factor of saying this person is a healer, this person isn't. Like, no one has that authority over us, right? We are all sovereign in our gifts and in our purpose and our missions. So I honor that in myself, and I honor that in you. And I just really hope that, you know, you can have that moment within yourself to discover what that means for you. But going back to this card, really feel like that needed to come out. Going back to this card, he really speaks about healing the healers, right? So honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. So I feel like that's what a lot of this self-care, focusing on self-energy, is really going to be beneficial for a lot of us during this time. Green really speaks about the heart chakra as well. So a lot of heart chakra work, opening up of the heart chakra. And underneath the deck, of course, I got to go underneath the deck. We have Odin. Odin is here, speaking about psychic insight. So I feel this is where a lot of your intuitive gifts are being activated, are being strengthened. A lot of you are mastering your intuitive abilities and like going to be learning a new level, a new stage. And so your third eye is open. See truth for what it is. Follow your intuition. All right. Well, that was beautiful. I have no idea how long we've been on here for, but it was nice to not pressure myself so much, because like I know in the beginning when I started doing readings that I was like, I've been on too long, I've been you know, but just letting it all come as it comes, and being okay with it. So I am gonna go to bed, and I hope you all have a really good night. Thank you so much, Ria, for being with me. This was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for your energy and your generosity and for everything. And thank you everyone for all of your energy. And this has been such a profound experience for me to be able to be myself, like 100%. I love this too, Ria, and I love you. And I love that I can just be myself 100% and not have to worry. And I feel safe. So thank you again. Have a really good night. We'll see you on the other side. And happy full moon in Libra. Okay. Good night. Mwah. I love you.